Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very interesting letter. This one I wish I could just relate it to you in my own words, but I think it is so detailed that I may leave out some of the details. And I don't want to leave out any important factor, so I'm going to read the letter as is. Because every little issue in this letter is important. It's not a long letter anyway. It's fairly short. Not going to take more than maybe 3 minutes to read, I hope, but detailed. Anyway, here it is. Dear advisor, I have a serious problem and need your help. I'm a 26-year-old lady and my boyfriend is the same age. We have been together for 3 years. About 2 months ago, we had a huge argument about my paying regular visits to my mother. It got so intense that I left the house that night just to end the argument. The one place I could have gone was back to my mother's place, but I did not want to go there because he would come looking for me and I just wanted to be by myself to cool down. The one person that I could have thought of was a guy at work who I knew had his own place. I called him up and he said I could come over. He directed me and I went. He lived with his brother, but he was alone that night. To cut long story short, in my vulnerable state, I really needed some comfort and reassurance. Needless to say, kind words led to hugs, hugs led to cuddles, and cuddles led even further. To cut long story short, we ended up having sex. This was totally unplanned because this was not someone I had had any romantic feelings towards. He was just a co-worker who I saw as a great listener. Our work relationship had always been cordial but respectful. The next morning I went home and my boyfriend was waiting for me. The argument started again as he wanted to know where I was since he had gone to my mother's and I had not been there. I told him where I was. Since then, he had been questioning me as to whether or not the guy I had been with had sex that night. I kept telling him no. It is nearly 2 months now and he is still pestering me about it almost every day. He says it does not matter, but he just wants to know the truth. But when I tell him no, he refuses to accept that answer. He claims that he wants to marry me, but not knowing the truth about this is holding him back from proposing. Advisor, despite everything, I care about him and would still marry him. Should I just tell him the truth? Please tell me what to do because I'm not sure if this will end well. Point to note, advisor, I have no romantic interest in this guy and I've already pushed that incident with him from my mind. And she signed her letter, V. V as in vagabond. Anyway, now, first let me tell you this, dear heart, and me, I go hit the nail on the head. Don't tell him. Do not tell him. Yeah? Let me tell you something. You see when a man asks you this particular question and say him just need to know, why he need to know, why he needs to confirm, to get confirmation, is for a reason. It's not mere curiosity. He wants to know because he wants to use it as a big stick over your head in future. One, and he want to, another thing, possibility is that he want to mentally flagellate himself to say, boy, listen, I mean, you did this and hurt himself even more. When he knows, what do you think he's going to feel? It's going to hurt him more than not knowing. Some people say the truth hurts, and a truth like this is like a dagger in any man's heart. The only reason why he wants to know is because it's either one, he really wants to leave you and wants to take the moral high ground so that he can leave you by your admission. I don't think if he really loved you, if he had loved you, regardless of whether you had done it, he would not want to know. He would have pushed it from his mind. He would have said, okay, I made a mistake. We went wrong. Let's move forward with our lives now. Because if he's waiting on you to, in a way, tell lie upon yourself and speak the truth about yourself before he can propose, when he doesn't know that you had been with another man, he is holding it over your head. You think that after you tell him it's going to get better? no, it's not going to get worse. This man have no intention of marrying you. And if he wants you, if he is forcing you so long, it means that he really believes that you have done it. And the only thing he needs is confirmation from you. And even if he were to stay with you, he will use it and he'll beat you over the head with it for many years to come. So I'm saying, hold your ground. Another thing also, you visit your mother often. I don't know the ins and outs of how your visit goes because you never said. But at the same time, if he has a problem with you visiting your mother, then under normal circumstances, because I don't know the real issues, but he is probably a control freak. And any man who wants to cut a woman off from their mother and does not flex with the mother to the point where it causes an argument in the relationship, that is a sign that this man is trying to cut you off from family and cut you off from the people who are important and vital to your life. And that's not a person that you would want to marry. That's not a person you should even be in a relationship with. No real man will want to separate a woman from her mother or visiting her mother however often she feels like, because I don't think you like neglecting him. Well, I hope not. So depends on the circumstances. You know the circumstances. Look into those circumstances and see if you're going to see your mother should have been a problem. And let me tell you something. Any man who says, I just need to know, let me tell you, nobody not just need to know for the heck of it. Anybody who needs to know, they need to know for a reason. And I don't know what his ulterior motive is, but he has an ulterior motive. So do not tell him yes, do not admit it. But here is what you are going to do. Here's what you're going to do. Whenever he asks you again, the next time he asks you, if he asks you again, set for him and say this, say something in this regard, in similar to this. Yes, we had sex all night. His dick was bigger than yours. He lasted all night, and you can't compare to him. He made me have several orgasms, and he's nowhere near you. You're nowhere in his group. The man is a stud. The man is a superstar, and believe me. So you say you wanted to know? No, that's my answer. You're happy now? Are you happy now? Give him it as juicy as you can make up, because you're really making this up. Whether it was great or not, you're going to elaborate and exaggerate on the night you had with this man. Right? You know what that's going to do? He's not going to take you seriously. He's going to say, oh, you're just fed up and you're just saying that no, you did not really have sex with him, but you're just saying that because you're fed up and you don't want to prolong the argument, so you just tell him what you wanted to hear. So tell him that, give him all the juicy details that didn't happen. And when you give it to him like that, trust me, he won't ask you again, because him don't want to hear that again. So do that and stop him in his track. If him really love you, whatever you had done that night, you'd know that he was part of the cause, and he would have learned his lesson from that, and he would have simply moved on and not really care if you had done that or not. You are human. You are human. You made a mistake. You regret it. And no man having the right to be beating you over the head with it. You understand me? So take that advice. Give him the juice. Next time he talk to you, give him the juicy story in as detailed and as raunchy as you can. If he's violent though, don't do it without you have a family member there. You answer me, or somebody. Because I don't know if he's violent, I will lash out at you, but take that into consideration. You'll know his temperament and his nature. When him hear it, make him go put him pillow over him head and bawl. You understand me? Make him do that. He caused it on himself. You understand? You have no right to be answering those questions for him. I don't care. And that's my position. All right? So take care. Call me back. Let me know how it goes. I'm really, really interested. Take care of yourself, darling. All right? Okay, guys. Like, share the video, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know who agrees with me and who doesn't agree with me. I welcome your comment. Okay? Thank you so much for listening. Bye.